going? Welcome to admin today on this lovely November 9th morning. And let's see, did I see Annie out there or?
I am out here.
Annie, good morning. Would you like to do roll call for us?
Most certainly. I have myself, Annie Cathy, Ann Hughes, Brian West, David Strohmeyer, Juanita Vero, Kara Hansen, Kyla Lennertz, Michelle Denman, Sarah Bell, Shannon Terrio, Dave Bell, and MCAT is also. Did I miss anybody out there? All right, Dave.
Okay, is there any public comment on items not on today's agenda?
No, I think Josh just showed up.
Commissioner,
I'm here. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry for the momentary delay there.
You appear to be in a vehicle.
I am. I'm in the parking lot at Public Works.
How is the parking lot at Public Works look today?
It's a little gray out here. But we have a cheerful and capable staff inside the building.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's better than grumpy and incompetent. Which is usually how the three of us are referred to by folks. Okay, well, let's roll right into it. Shannon Terrio, we've got Pacific Recycling here. What do you have for us?
Hi, yeah, well, I get to talk about junk mobile homes, which you know is one of my favorite things to talk about. Yes. The junk vehicle program is allowed to spend up to 20% of our funds that we get every year from the state on removing junk mobile homes and junk non-motorized vehicles. This particular one is coming to you because it is more than $10,000, but we've been busy. We've been doing quite a few of these. So far, since the program began, we've removed 14 mobile homes. We have 3 more that are on schedule, 2 of which we're talking about today. We have managed to remove mobile homes in all parts of the county, from Sealy Lake all the way to Florence, out 9 Mile, middle of town. So it's really been a program that's been spread out, which I appreciate. And these particular ones are on Schmidt Road, which is off of Mullen Road, in an area that has had a lot of channel migration. These particular mobile homes have been inundated with floodwater. The properties that they're on have been almost wiped out by channel migration. And the property owners have moved these particular mobile homes back a couple of times in order to keep them from falling into the river. I don't know if you remember, but there were some mobile homes that fell into the river in the 2018 floods, and they were from these properties. So there are 2 properties involved, but there's some, savings because we're doing both of them at the same time, and we did get 3 quotes, and Pacific was the cheapest in doing that. So we are asking that you sign a professional services agreement with Pacific Hide and Fur to demolish 2 pretty large junk mobile homes on this property. And of course, I could talk about it a lot more, but I know you have other things on your agenda, so I'll answer any questions, but that's my spiel.
Are there any hides or furs in these mobile homes?
No, not that I know of. I hope not.
Well, I'm just glad we're going progress on this, because those things have been in the way for a long time, and I get that it's hard and complex to get to where we are. So I'm glad.
Shannon, how do these normally come to your attention? Or is it a mixed bag? Do property owners say, I've got something I need to get removed, or do you have other folks in the community saying there's a junk mobile home out there that's an eyesore? How does it work?
It's definitely a combination. So a lot of them come to us as part of a complaint, and then we talk with the property owner and talk to them about what assistance we can provide. And but every once in a while, it's somebody who's like, I have this, I don't know what to do, please help me. That's what happened up in Sealy Lake. We definitely have more requests at this point than we have the ability to resolve. So we have, or maybe not requests, more as opportunities. So there were 3 other junk mobile homes on these properties and an adjacent property, but they're in less danger. And we made a decision that it was a better use of resources to give these homeowners property owners some assistance, and then maybe that'll encourage them to do the rest. They're pretty expensive to remove. So we're pretty judicious. We try to cover things that are definitely causing a lot of complaints, and then in a variety of situations. And there's like one situation up in Sealy where there's some resources available, and so we agreed just to pay the disposal cost as opposed to the cost of getting it to the landfill. And so, as the program matures, we're able to do some of that, more of that than we've done in the past. The other problem, I'll just say, is that the last legislative session, which we all know was just a wonderful legislative session, all they did was extend the sunset. So we have to go back and fight for this program again. But it is a popular program, and it did pass almost unanimously in the legislature last year. So I'm hopeful that it will continue. But until then, we're going to use it absolutely to the most degree that we can. I think last year we went right up to 20%, and this year we're going to be, in the same.
Great, thanks. Any other questions? And it looks like we just lost Josh.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay, there you are.
Yeah, I would move we sign the PSA with Pacific.
Second. Are they still on the property, or where are the mobile homes?
Yep, they're both on the property right now. Yep.
I'm only asking because I saw a couple at the Exxon Travel Plaza, and I was wondering where they were going. I was wondering if these were them, but okay.
Okay.
There's lots, like I said, there's lots of opportunities everywhere.
Right.
Hopefully those at the Exxon Travel Plaza are headed out of Missoula County. So.
Oh yeah, they were being transported somewhere. So I was just wondering. Okay, great.
Okay, any further discussion or public comment? See none, all in favor?
Aye. Thanks so much for making this happen.
Thank you.
All right, Chantel.
Chantel is not on the line. I've tried to invite her. I'm not sure if somebody else would be comfortable covering this.
Yeah, can anyone speak to Calibrate, or do we need to, Brian, do you want to, Ann, or do we need to postpone this?
We can postpone it. I'm not as up on it as I would prefer to be, but I'll go for it. This is a lease agreement with Bill Wickman for the space in the basement of the Wickman building, block or 2 down. This is going to house our person who is working currently at the detention center, and then the Calibrate program person affiliated with the county attorney's office. So we've needed to find space for these 2 individuals, and this is the space that we were able to acquire. So this is just the lease agreement for that.
Okay. Is there anyone else who wants to comment? Brian West, do you have anything to add?
I think Ann covered the sum of it. This will provide additional space to support the Calibrate program out of the county attorney's office, and we would appreciate the commissioner's approval.
I could speak to the person at the detention center. That's Kim White, who's doing who's the re-entry person and really inventing that program and is in need of a space. So I've followed all this along, and hope we can.
I'm sorry. So
get
how far away is this, Josh?
It's just a couple. It's just a couple blocks. And
okay.
Thanks, Josh. I was grasping for
No.
No, I want to say pretrial, and I know that's not right. So thank you. I always interchange those 2 terms.
I move that the board approve the lease agreement with Wickman Properties.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion or public comment? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, they have space. Next, Michelle, PSA with debt book.
The finance department was approved for a software package related to debt service management. It will help to keep all of our debt issuances in a consolidated fashion so that it can be available not only for additional debt issuances when we need to provide information about previous debt issuances. It'll be available for budget. It's available for, payment of debt that we do on a semi-annual basis. This is also going to allow us to do some tracking for some new financial reporting that we are required to do this fiscal year. So all in all, it's a great package for our needs with Missoula County. We actually looked at 3 different packages, and by far this was the best available package out there from a functional perspective, as well as the cost that we're going to be paying. So,
I mean, a software package that's less than $10,000. I can't believe it.
I agree.
That you actually like.
I know. I really like this package. I think it's going to help us in several different areas. Not just we looked at globally. We looked at all of the needs that debt has throughout the county, and it really hit all of those areas very, very well. And then on top of that, to be able to function with the new financial reporting that we're required to do this year, that was just an added bonus.
That is so compelling. I almost want to buy it myself.
I certainly let you use it. If you get the proper training, I will certainly let you use it.
If there would be any bonding in the Strohmeyer household.
Well, it's just, the reports that it provides, the way that it tracks the data, the way that we're able to, it even has a communication tool built into it. It's really nice.
Okay. Any other questions?
Oh, I'd move we buy this debt book.
Yes.
Second.
Any further discussion, public comment, questions from the media? All right. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thanks, Michelle.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Go get it. All right. And finally, Kara Hansen, we have a PSA for Lewis and Clark County to contract with the Missoula City County Health Department for Nurse Family Partnership Home Visiting Program.
Yeah, this is just our ongoing collaboration to make Nurse Family Partnership work in Montana. We collaborate with multiple counties, and so we provide the nurse supervision and the data entry for the Lewis and Clark Nurse Family Partnership implementation. So this is ongoing, and we're just renewing it for the year.
How many other counties do we partner with? I guess I've forgotten that we did this with other counties.
Yeah, there are 4 counties. Missoula supports Lewis and Clark, and Yellowstone County supports Butte, and then we all collaborate to make one team. So we have team meetings together, and but that's where the support happens, is between those 2.
Great. No, it's just such a great program, and
yeah.
Wish we could do more.
I'm going to end your family part meeting as soon as admin is over.
All right.
Okay.
I move that the board approve and sign the PSA for Lewis and Clark County contract with Missoula City County Health Department for Nurse Family Partnership Home Visiting Program.
I'll second that.
Further discussion or public comment? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you're welcome, Lewis and Clark County. So
yeah.
All right, thanks, Kara. And we are rolling right through our agenda. Correspondence, we have one item here, and I suspect that Dave Bell, you would like to talk to us about this a little bit.
Yeah, good morning, commissioners.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Yeah, thanks to Annie and the communications team. Got the letter, your signatures on it, ready to go. I'm gonna get signatures from Kirsten and Captain Conway, Guy Baker, Aaron, and myself today. So it's ready to roll.
Dave, would you like to just give us a little bit of an overview of what the letter is focused on for folks who are not familiar with it or who have not had a chance to take a look at it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's in support of the Earn It Act, and we believe that this is a integral piece of the solution to hold internet companies accountable for material published on their platforms, specifically child abuse, sexual material. So with the Earn It Act, it'll hopefully help to bring internet companies more liable for sexual abuse material, including some other things. I don't want to take up your time reading the whole letter, but it's how you saw it before. So, and after I get it all signed in, I'll have it scanned and everything. Probably one of the neatest things I think about this, if it got passed, is a commission nationally that seasoned law enforcement will be able to speak and survivors directly to tech companies, as far as I understand it. So it would be a national commission to help fight child abuse, sexual material on the internet, and hopefully give law enforcement some more tools to go after some of the more gruesome ends of it.
Thanks, Dave, for putting this together. Questions, Juanita or Josh, or anyone from the media or anyone else have any questions?
No, I have really minor. It looks like the formatting on the letter, it's like cut in a funny place where like Dave's Strohmeyer's signature line, it's cut in half between 1 and 2.
Yeah, this looks perfect printed out, and this is how it'll be scanned in after the other signatures I collect today.
Okay, and then also a little further down, shouldn't there be a comma after, task force, coordinator, attorney before the last 3 folks' names?
Oh, between their title and the name?
Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah.
I think it's on the bottom end.
The last 4 titles and names, shouldn't there be a comma between the title and the name? It's like backwards from commissioners and names, but
I'll check it.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah. Good eagle eye, Juanita.
But regardless, this is important. What we can do to keep children safe, and is important. So this looks good to me.
Great. Connor, any questions?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay, well, this will get distributed for signature. Thanks so much, Dave. The only last thing that I would add, and unless folks were, who knows, out of cell service at a hunting camp somewhere last week and missed it, the bipartisan infrastructure bill passed late Friday night. It will be signed into law soon enough, and in there are significant dollars for passenger rail. I thought I'd better take that opportunity to remind folks of that. So anyway, stay tuned. Lots more yet to come.
Fantastic.
Yeah, exciting.
Anything else before we adjourn? Boy, we are just getting efficient at these meetings. 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
we got, better not jinx us.
Okay. All right. Thanks everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Goodbye.